This is Rakesh, this is Sana, we're all presenters. I'll just do all of you. This is Sonia, she's the director. That's the cameraman, Edward, and that's me, the producer. The leader we chose is Aung San Suu Kyi, and we will be evaluating her effectiveness as a leader.
So, Aung San Suu Kyi was born in Burma in the capital of Yangon. She was the daughter of General Aung San, who was the founder of the modern military and was able to negotiate Burma's independence from the United Kingdom from 1824 to 1948. She is today the leader of Burma's largest political party called the National League of Democracy, which last year won the election in 25 years. She has been in and out of house arrest for 15 years because she fought for her democracy within her country. Burma is a country that has been led by strong military control for decades. Aung San Suu Kyi has devoted almost her entire life to achieve a free and open Burma. After her 15 years of her house arrest, Burma has made her an international symbol of a peaceful resistance in the face of oppression. Aung San Suu Kyi has also been known for winning the Nobel Peace Prize in 1991 for being non-violent in the struggle for democracy. She has made one of the most extraordinary examples of a civil courage in Asia in recent decades.
I'll be talking about what is an effective leader. An effective leader is one of the most important components of effective leadership, as it's the ability to inspire and motivate followers, and where leadership starts with a vision. Our interpretation of an effective leader are as follows: so inspire others, beliefs and dedication, self-motivation and motivation to others, wisdom and the right kind of attitude. Aung San Suu Kyi is an effective leader as she sacrificed her family for her country and what she believed in. At one point she left her family and her husband, who was sick, as she knew that if she left, she wouldn't be allowed back in Burma. She is determined because she is determined to fight for her country, as even after being in house arrest, she never gave up. This leads to her inspiring her followers, as the people of Burma never lose hope and supported her throughout.
So I'll be talking about the leadership traits, motives and characteristics of Aung San Suu Kyi. The traits, motives and characteristics held by an individual directly correlates to their ability as an effective leader. This is to prepare them for any challenges and hardships that they may face in their lives. So some of the traits that a leader has are she's trustworthy because both her people and family trust and believe in her cause. She's courageous because since she left her family behind in order to help her people. And finally, she's determined, because even though she was in house arrest, she never gave up or faltered. Her motives are that she's considered passionate because she's passionate in what she's doing, and she never gives up despite the obstacles she's faced with. She's devoted to liberating her country from military rule, and finally the characteristics are that she's inspirational because not only has she inspired her own people with her actions, but the whole world. And finally, she's patient because even though she spent 15 years in house arrest, she never gave up on her cause.
Now I'm going to talk about charismatic and transformational leadership. Charismatic leadership is a leader who creates relationship with his followers in terms of motivation and commitment, influencing and inspiring followers to give more than mere compliance. Uh, Yep, our leader Aung San Suu Kyi had both charismatic leadership qualities, as she spent her entire life to achieve free and open Burma. And moreover, she also had the power to influence people, which was treated as a threat for the military regime. But, however, she was a transformational leader because she acted on these qualities. Transformational leadership is basically a leader who changes the values of the followers to a shared vision and motivate them by the power of her values. The two of the transformational roles that Aung San Suu Kyi played the first one was intellectual stimulation, which means basically encouraging people to see from a new and forced perspective. So she tried to make them stay focused and to achieve her goals. The second one is idealized influence, which articulates a compelling vision of a free and open Burma. So she tried to motivate her people, her followers.
Emotional intelligence. This, from what we understand as emotional intelligence, this is the ability to perceive and express emotions, to use emotions to facilitate thinking. This was also to understand the reason with emotion and effectively to manage emotions with oneself and a relationship with others. Within emotional intelligence and self-awareness, this is actually the ability for our own emotions to be recognized within our behaviors and in different situations. As we know, Aung San Suu Kyi has been able to do this within her poems while under house arrest, such as one of her poems, Quiet Land of Burma. Social awareness is based on being able to pick up emotions from people, whereas this has been shown within her speeches as being able to relate to the audience by including humour into her speeches. Studies show 70% of people have difficulty while handling stress. With Aung San Suu Kyi's personal competence, she was able to handle stress by using her self-management, as she was an effective leader by campaigning her speeches without promoting or using any violence or weapons. Aung San Suu Kyi has also had a high competence. This was based on which is based on her self-awareness and understanding people. This was shown in the fact that she educated herself to learn languages such as English, Japanese, and Tibetan, from which she used to communicate and relate to her audience.
In conclusion, Aung San Suu Kyi is an effective leader as she contains important qualities that are mentioned above. She is an inspiration for both the people and those worldwide, and is a living example of what a leader should strive to be. According to academics, she will continue our involvement with our country.
Some of the recommendations that we went to our leader Aung San Suu Kyi, which will make her more effective. The first one is to continue persevering, as her hard work has already paid off, and her party has won the majority of 86% votes in the general elections in 2015. Now there's a need for her to stay there with her people so that she's able to keep them together and motivated to her perspective and vision. The second one is to broaden her horizons. As her life story is an inspiring example of not only for the people of Burma but also the rest of the world. There's a potential. Her life can the events from her life can potentially inspire citizens of other countries in similar situations. The last one is to eliminate discrimination in the country. She should be working on the flaws within the citizenship laws that permits the minority population of equal rights. Our heart beats in the same note. We struggled together and we had our hopes together. We dreamed together for nearly 30 years, and the NLD and the people are comrades in arms. I think that is the reason they supported us. Aung San Suu Kyi. I didn't make any, sorry. I forgot about this line.
We dreamed together, we drank together.
That's a direct quote. That's what she said.
No, that's exactly what she said. She can't be wrong.
Okay, that's done, but for your part,